Let me see, the room is locked. I say can't turn my phone. Okay, my other one is messing up over here. Let me fix that. Just having issues on my chief page, so and I don't know why I'm like orange on that page. On that page, I'm orange. Okay, we live. Let y'all know we live. We got somebody viewing already. We are live. We're gonna give everybody a couple seconds to come on in. Cause y'all know we got to go hard on this. Cause this is the pandemic, y'all. We're going live. We're going hard on the pandemic. Y'all know that, right? I'm just gonna go and keep this in my hand. Cause we gotta let them know what's really going on. Y'all know, right? We are here. We are live. Y'all know where we at. We are in the hood. Y'all know that, right? We're in the Custody Rape Studios if y'all didn't know. You know, where we keep it real. Where we keep it real and we got that news that you can use. Y'all know that, right? Oh, yeah. We bringing it to you. Live and direct. With the original Culturally Rape members. Oh, yeah. You know it. My dog, my homie, for 30 plus. You already know the biz. King Jeezy, you already know.
What up? What?
Stay keeping it real, boy. We don't stop. 89 we dropped. You know how it go. Yeah, that's how we keep it going down. Y'all make sure y'all share this so everybody can get the information. Because what we get ready to talk about is something that is very natural. Y'all know that, right? Okay, because we got to talk a little bit about what's happening to us right now. And we're going to disguise it a little bit because they've been blocking me, y'all. And I can't, they told me they're going to take me down if I go too hard. So, I don't want to go too hard, but we're going to let you know some news that you can use. You know, it's got to go down, bro. You know what I mean? I got my little cousin on the line, you know, Big Bano. He in here, you know. We in here, we making sure we sharing this, you know what I'm saying? See, this is how we get information around. Everybody share this, and then we're able to get the information to more people. And then we can shoot to YouTube, and then we get to millions of people at one time. You know what I mean? That's about networking. That's how we got to do this, y'all. So make sure y'all share this, because in a minute we're gonna shoot this over to YouTube, no doubt about it. I'm gonna shoot the whole live video over to YouTube. I just got to let everybody know I'm on there. All right, with that being said, we're going to bring the ancestors right on in. We're going to bring the ancestors into this because we don't do nothing without the ancestors. We don't do nothing without those that bring us in here, the spiritual warriors that lead us. We don't do nothing without them. You know, we can't do nothing without the people that led us to this point, you know, because they never die. We just multiply. So we just try to keep that spirit of liveliness alive, you know, because the spirit of Nat Turner, the spirit of Marcus Garvey, the spirit of Martin Luther King, the spirit of those that are still alive, the Minister Farrakhan, you know, people that are still here. See, we in the spirit of those people that are still alive 24/7 because we don't die. Even while you still here in the flesh, oh, you better believe the minister ain't going nowhere. We still here. Oh, yeah, those that know, those that want to spread the knowledge and not withhold truth, all right? So with that being said, we're going to ask the ancestors to just bless what we saying tonight. To make sure we don't lead the people in the wrong direction. We want to make sure that the people understand and get the knowledge and wisdom of what's happening in this pandemic today. All right? Because what was being said is that Mr. Tyler Perry and those celebrities out there has been leading us the wrong way. Would y'all agree? That they've been pumping the old celebrity game on us, you know? We've been seeing a lot of people lately show up taking shots. You know, we want to find out what that's all about. We got some questions, you know, about all that, you know, because we want to know. You know, but I got the biggest question of all before we get started. You know, because everybody got a car. This is what we're going to start at, right from the beginning. Because everybody's car got a motor. And on the inside of you, you got a motor, right? An engine. to go inside your body like your car. Now, we all go right now and we go get something real hard and we go stuff it up in our tailpipe. All right, when I say your tailpipe, these are your tailpipes right now. And we finna discuss this, your tailpipes, because you breathe in and you breathe out, okay? But when you go stuff your tailpipe up in your car, the question is, what will happen to your engine when you clogged up? What will happen when you stop your engine from breathing? Because the carbon monoxide that comes out of the car doesn't take it back in. The car does not take it back in. I repeat that, all right? When you put on a mask, you're taking it back in. So if the car doesn't take it back in, why are you taking it back in? See, that's the question for today, all right? We're going to ask that. And anybody can come and join because I made it live on my page. If you go on my page, you go on Kyle Watkins' page and you're my friend on that page, make sure you're my friend if you're not, because I love the competition. I love for somebody to prove me wrong. And we going to get into this real deep tonight, all right? Because Tyler Perry, he talked 30 minutes, but we're going to have to stop the tape because guess what? I disagree with not only him, but I disagree with the two scientists that he got. You know that, right? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I disagree. And my question would be, is who asked those questions for us? Okay? Because just because they bring a black doctor in front of you, that don't mean that they bringing the question for you. Okay? Let that be known. Just because they bring somebody with the skin tone that looks like you, that don't mean that that's your scientist, okay? We're talking about people like us that we look up as, you know, our elders in our nation that would actually do scientific research on the virus. You know, like I do. You know, you got to do some scientific research. Who does that? Because first of all, you got to know what it is. You got to go look it up, okay? Number one, you just got to go look it up, all right? With that being said, everybody check and see if it has a U.S. patent. And then call me and we'll talk about it because I got to post this up on YouTube. And if I start talking about the patent, they're going to take it down, all right? So, if I give the numbers, they're going to take it down. But I can say it has a U.S. patent. All right? You call me, inbox me, I give you the numbers. Or, better yet, go check my previous tapes. And it has the numbers on there. Check that out. Go look on my Facebook page. I got the numbers on there plenty of times. And if you inbox me, I give you the numbers again. So you can look at research for yourself. Because do not take my word. Like, who said that earlier? Don't take my word, because I'm going to take the shot. I don't want you to take my word. Let's get right on into what he said, y'all. We're going to let you hear it for yourself.
Hey, everybody. Tyler Perry here. I wanted to come on today to just have this conversation with you about COVID-19 and the recent vaccines from Moderna and Pfizer and many more to come.
Now, let it be known now, I'm going to have to stop this a couple of times. We're not going to try to extend it or make it go too long, but I'm going to have to stop it a couple of times so that we can understand what's going on. We're just not going to let somebody speak for us because he's not speaking for me, number one. And why is he on here like he's speaking for all black folks or speaking for all brown folks or all the folks that look like us? For what? I don't understand that. But, and number two, is he a scientist or do he make movies? Or do he, you know, matter of fact, he be talking like a girl most of the time. So, I mean, he got split personalities. I ain't going for all that. So, we going right on back to who y'all favorite person. We ain't going to say Madea.
I know there's a lot of hesitation out there to take this vaccine, and I got a call from Grady Health System, one of the leading hospitals here in Georgia, asking if I would take the vaccine to show you all that it's safe.
Okay, y'all heard that, right? The hospital called him to take the vaccine to show you all that it's safe. That's number one. We want to think about that, all right? Think about what he just said.
Sound like a guinea pig to me.
Oh, okay. Sound like a guinea pig. I just wanted to let y'all know. Y'all heard him when he said that, right? All right, we're going to move it right along.
Yeah.
Well, when that question came to me, I thought, I got a lot of questions.
He got a lot of questions,
I know
y'all.
you have a lot of questions.
Yeah,
too.
we got a lot of
And
questions,
I know
bro.
there are a lot of us who cannot afford proper medical care. I can say that because I've been poor and
Okay, number one, the pandemic don't have nothing to do with you being poor right now. You getting in line to go take the vaccine don't have anything to do with you being poor. They're giving away the vaccine. So you going in line don't have anything to do with being poor. So why would he even propagate even being poor? Who are you? So you're basically pushing it towards poor people. Okay, let's move right along. See, we got to explain this so people can understand the manipulation of the entertainer. Okay, because Ice Cube just did this. Because remember, Ice Cube came with a plan. We ain't heard from nothing from him since Biden been in the office, okay? He ain't came on TV, YouTube, nothing, and came on and said, hey, I'm pressing the issue, y'all. I'm trying to holler at him. He ain't saying nothing back. See, this is what we want to hear. Come and tell us that he ain't saying nothing back. He ain't giving you no response. Come give us a report. Just don't, put something out there. You know what I mean? We deserve a report, right? I mean, wouldn't y'all say so? We deserve a report, bruh.
Yes, sir.
Don't just go represent us like right now. See, I'm giving you a report on people that are trying to persuade us, or basically, persuade us to give consent. All right, and we're gonna talk about consent later. All right, that's gonna come at the end because that's all you got to do. Don't give your consent.
remember going to
As we
Sheridan
go
Hospital
on,
in New Orleans and sitting there for 8 to 10 hours just to see a doctor. So I know what it's like to not have nothing. That's been one of the greatest gifts God has given me, to allow me to be born into nothing and having to work very, very hard to get to a place where I can do better. And having both sides of that has been such a blessing. So I clearly understand where we all come from. So my purpose and my point
He
here
don't
today
clearly understand where
is
we
to
come
talk to
from.
you about this vaccine.
You better believe
I
that.
want to make this completely clear. I do not want anybody to take this because I'm taking it. What I want to do is give you the information.
Okay, y'all heard that. He just contradicted himself earlier, all right? Now, this time he said he don't want you to take it just because he taking it. Remember that, all right? Then why is he on here right now? If he don't want us to take it because he taking it, and he's going to come on here later and say that people believe in what I say, people believe in my opinion, then please tell me what he just said is not a contradiction. Stop playing with me, boy. See, these dudes, to me, they're children playing games with adults. I'm not a child, so he can't play no game with me. So when it comes to me, I know what to say. You understand? Moving right along to the little boy.
Facts. There's a lot of misinformation out there. So
A lot of
I invited
misinformation
two
out there.
Incredible doctors here
He
to
got
come and talk
two
to
incredible
you
doctors
and
about to
talk
come
me
on,
and
y'all.
answer all of my questions first. We're going to go through some of everything. I know, again, us being black people in America, there's a lot of hesitation with vaccines. If you think about the Tuskegee experiment and what they did to us there, if you don't.
All right, hold up. You said we all got skepticism because of the Tuskegee experiment. Oh, yeah. We got that. We got that from the AIDS experiment. And you even gonna hear on the tape right here when they talk about the blue monkeys. Check that out. Now, y'all know that this is 30 years later, right, when AIDS came out. And Tyler Perry gonna bring up something about the blue monkeys, and everybody know right now that it didn't come from no blue monkeys, right? Everybody know that it did not come from no blue monkey. So what we want to know now is why he's pumping up the blue monkey thing. All right? We trying to figure all this out. Oh, yeah. We trying to figure it all out right now. Okay. Moving right along.
That know that, please read your history as black people, what was done there. And these are the things that we know about, right?
You
What
heard
about
that,
the things
right?
that happened to slaves and before, with
Oh,
these
yeah,
kind
read
of
your
things were
history.
recorded when we were considered to be subhuman. Even Henrietta Lacks and her story and her cells from her body and what they were used for.
She
And
said
her
we were
family
considered
never
as
even received
subhuman
a dime. So
before,
we as
y'all.
black people have
Okay.
healthy
Yeah,
hesitation when it comes to vaccinations and so on and so forth, and even disease.
Okay. Say that again, Jay.
so still are.
Oh, yeah. You heard what he said, right? We still are having hesitation on taking vaccines. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm talking about a human, and we still consider human too.
And we are still considered subhuman. You heard what the brother said, right? Oh, yeah. We wanted to make sure we got that in your head. Because, see, some things we just can't let them pass by you. Don't let them float. They still consider you as subhuman. That's why you just a citizen. You're just a subject.
Where we are in this country right now, black and brown people are the most affected by COVID.
Oh.
It is disproportionately affected the deaths that are happening. So
Hold up. He said black people and brown people are the most affected by COVID. Y'all heard that, right? Now, I want to know how many people you got in your family that have died. How many funerals have you watched go down the street lately? Because they said there was over, what, 1 million deaths? How many deaths were there, bro? Anybody remember the last count they gave? Because we know the cases were astronomical. Okay, they were just out of this world. The cases. We ain't gonna talk about cases, but we gonna talk about deaths.
Hella hot.
Now, what we want to know is the deaths from the flu rate of last year the same amount of deaths this year from what they're calling the pandemic right now? We want to go research that, because if it's around the same, then maybe we're not living in what they say. Okay? So back to what we had said. Why cover up your exhaust system? We're going to get right on into that too in a minute, but we're going to keep on going a little bit more before we get into that.
Hope today.
Come on,
is that
Tyler.
As we talk, you get comfortable, you get the answers that you need so that you can make your own decision.
Oh, yeah.
And at the end of this, I intend to make my own decision whether I'm going to take the vaccine or not. Okay?
You heard that?
Here we go. About 6 or 7 months ago, I think it's been now, I put together this whole bubble here at the studio, and I called someone that I knew was an expert in this field. But I want you to know that we did over 200 shows inside that bubble without one positive person. So thanks to the help of this great guy, Dr. Carlos Del Rio. Tell us about yourself so the people know who we're talking to.
I'm an infectious disease doctor.
All right, we got Dr. Carlos Del Rio, y'all. This is the first doctor y'all gonna hear talking.
Dean of Emory University School of Medicine at Grady Health System, which means essentially I supervise all the operations of Emory University School of Medicine in partnership with Grady.
Tell me, like I'm a 5-year-old, what is epidemiology?
So epidemiology is the science.
Now we're gonna skip all the mumbo jumbo scientific talk. We're gonna skip all of that because
so you could be
it's just basic.
in cancer and epidemiologist.
Right, just let it be known that it's me against him.
Really trying to
let that be known.
How infections happen in a community, and what, most importantly, what we can do to prevent those infections from happening.
And Dr. Kimberly Manning.
Hi.
Hi. Tell us about you and what you
Okay,
do.
we are live.
I'm a professor of medicine. I'm based at Grady, been there 20 years. And I'm the associate vice chair.
This
for
is
Diversity,
Dr. Kimberly
Equity, and
Manning.
Inclusion in the Department of Medicine. At
This is
Emory
the doctor
at
that
Grady.
looks like us.
And I spend a
Let
lot
me make
of
sure
time
y'all can
with
see some of
medical
this.
students, residents, trainees, and I take care of patients
see some of
at
this?
Grady Hospital and the clinics and on the hospital service.
If you want to look it up for yourself, this is
just the black woman in particular.
Tyler Perry's in the Black Agenda. If you go look it up on YouTube.
Absolutely.
And you can hear the
I mean, I have a unique
for
background
yourself.
That I'm a graduate of Tuskegee University, and so I was.
She's a
born and
graduate of
raised on
Tuskegee
not only the
University,
excellence
y'all.
of the institution, but that
All right?
story of what happened in Macon
Can you
County,
see that?
Alabama. Science is real. Well, history is real too.
Right.
And so I've really been trying to work hard to keep the dialogue open, to respect
that?
people's concerns.
said
and not to
science
shut
is
them
real.
down and make it seem like they're silly
So
or
is
invalid.
history.
There are all these conspiracy theories out there about everything. So for COVID, I'm hearing bats.
It's probably bats.
And everybody
Bats are
hear it.
big carriers of all sorts of viruses. Yeah. And probably a bat somehow infected a human and the virus started to adapt to be more likely to transmit from human to human. But again, what
Okay, you heard that? If y'all did not hear what they just said, they said it started with a bat. Okay? But I just told you that it had a U.S. patent. Look it up the research for yourself. They just said it started from a bat. I'm going to leave it at that, all right? Keep it moving.
this reminds us is that this, pandemics, people say HIV probably came, most of the evidence suggests that monkeys, right? So a lot of these diseases are us and
all right, did you hear what he just said? AIDS. Most of the evidence said that it came from monkeys. Y'all just heard that, right? Okay, now these are the people that we're supposed to be believing now. This is the doctor, Dr. Carlos. All right? Dr. Carlos just told y'all it came from monkeys. And then Tyler Perry, the one that y'all believe in, the super duper producer, has just tried to convince you that these doctors' opinion is 100. Let's keep it on going.
and the environment we live in, whether it's
It's
flu,
getting juicy.
whether it's COVID. There are viruses that we call zoonotic, which means they infect animals and humans. Maybe we talked about this at some point. It's very, very similar to the virus that we had, and that's how a pandemic starts.
So with that said, there will be other pandemics as we live on this planet.
Undoubtedly.
You're looking at a moment in history where we are facing a pandemic and people are dying in record numbers. I mean, the only thing worse than what we're seeing now was the Spanish flu of 1918, if I'm correct. So to have it be politicized and to have an administration saying we're going to do this fast, we're going to do this at warp speed, which sounds like something ridiculous for me out of Star Wars, right? And my concern when I hear this,
Well, you heard that, right?
When I look at the CDC and I would look at the FDA and I'm looking at them being dominated in their choices and their thoughts, where the science is being completely pushed aside for political gain.
Now hold up. You just heard what he said. He said everything is being pushed aside for political gain. It's getting important right here. So listen to what the doctor said. All right?
How can we trust that? That's as a black person looking at it, or just as an American, how can I trust that what the CDC and what the FDA are saying to me is accurate because of what I've seen in the press?
With this pandemic, it became so partisan that, wearing a face mask was a partisan issue.
Hold up. Wearing a face mask is a partisan issue, okay? Now, my question would be, like I said before, if you stick something up in your tailpipe, in your exhaust system, how long will it take for your motor to die? How long will it take for your insides to stop receiving oxygen, clear oxygen, so that you can not get sick instead of breathing in your own carbon monoxide? This is something that the doctor is recommending you to do. Okay? These are people recommending things for us to do that are actually weakening our immune system as we go on. And we're going to get a little bit more into Dr. Sebi in a minute.
Doing this was part of an issue. And then unfortunately, the president started to say, I want a vaccine, I need it fast. And I'd be honest with you, many of us said, well, he wants a vaccine. We called it a long time ago the October surprise, right? He wanted a vaccine before the election so he can say, I delivered a vaccine, And he put a lot of pressure on the FDA. The CDC really has nothing to do with the vaccine. So really was a lot of pressure on the FDA to approve a vaccine. And I would give a lot of kudos to the FDA commissioner who really stood ground. And he really said, I'm sorry, but we're not doing that. And it really, then I'll give you the point of view from an investigator.
Okay. Now he said he's an investigator. And let me tell you, those investigators out there will tell you that it takes over 25 years to even know anything about a vaccine and if it's even worth using. Okay? 25 years. They done came up with something in a couple of months. All right? Let's keep going.
Part of the trials as an investigator of the Moderna vaccine trial. And, the companies and the investigator were under absolutely no pressure. And if you understand, to give you people an idea what a clinical trial is.
Didn't look like Fauci was
this
under
concept of
no
developing a vaccine
pressure.
for this
Looked like he
virus
was
is
worried.
not
He
new.
wasn't
This
smiling when
virus, if
Trump
you
was in
recall,
there.
Maybe we talked about this at some point. It's very, very similar to the virus that we had that many years ago caused a disease called SARS. It's almost its cousin. It's so close to each other. So we have been working for years for a vaccine against SARS. So all that data for SARS vaccine was in the background.
Hold up. Now he just said, we have been working for years for the cure for SARS, meaning they still haven't found the cure. And now they're going to push something else on you that they ain't got the cure for. Moving right along, my dear.
Hold on, let me just jump in here because you're saying the
Jump
first thing
on
you
in.
said there was no pressure. That's very important. That the companies, the Moderna, the Pfizer, they felt no pressure from our federal government to come up with a vaccine.
No, there was more of actually a sense of competition. They wanted to, it was really a race to be the first. Everybody wanted to be the first.
Well, being the first is always that's not always the best. Correct. So when you talk about it's close to SARS, and we had information already on SARS, right?
And that's in one side.
And research on SARS.
And then on the other side, there was all this research happening on something we call the mRNA technology, which we can talk a little more about because very few people know that this mRNA technology, there's an African-American PhD scientist at the NIH, Casey Korber, which was critical in developing this technique, which was done primarily to develop a vaccine for Ebola.
Hold on a second. Black woman.
We're going to get to that
was critical in this discovery
mRNA.
of this mRNA.
The center of the discovery. She
We'll
was
get into
driving the
that.
project.
mRNA. Tell me what that is.
Well,
You gotta talk. Listen, you gotta talk to me like
I'm going to defer to my friend.
y'all gotta
because
talk to me
Kimberly,
like-
because
you gotta talk to
Kimberly
me like a
describes,
5-year-old.
Kimberly
Yeah.
describes this in a perfect way.
Good.
Okay.
Talk to me like
Now,
I'm a 5-year-old.
I want y'all to
Okay.
go do the research on mRNA because it actually is something way different than what she's about to lie about. Okay.
Economic and
She's
social
going to say it got something to do with
And so I
some
think the first
gangsters
thing to know
attacking
is
you.
the difference between
immune
DNA
system.
and
She gonna play
RNA.
with it,
So
play with it.
I like to think
For
of
real,
it as
for real.
DNA is like your blueprint for your house, right? And RNA is
She's
like
a
a
joke.
contractor that kind of gives information about what to do so that the blueprint comes out okay. And so what happened is they mapped out what the virus looks like and found out that there are these specific proteins in
Okay,
the
hold
virus,
up.
one of which
Now you heard what she just said. She said they mapped out what the virus was about. Okay. Now if this is something that has a patent on it, I just want to, put it out there. Patent and virus are not the same. So go look up what a U.S. patent is and look up if it's connected to a virus. A virus is just something that's supposed to be a plague, as they say. So we really want to know is what they say is being a plague has ever happened. Or have they created something? We gonna move right along because these lying doctors, boy, we getting deep.
is called a spike protein. And I call the spike protein the gangster spike protein because that little gangster spike protein, that's the one that gets in your cell and makes you sick. And so this is what the technology.
Okay, so now she gonna relate it to some little gangster spike protein, So she wanna come with some little hood talk, mix it in with the scientists or what scientists are supposed to be talking about, and to make us relate to what's going on, to make us think that we can relate to it because she's saying, oh, this is just gangster hood talk. We're not fooled by that at all, lady.
Did. This is so dope. So what they did was they said, what if we made a vaccine that was just an mRNA coding only for that little gangster spike protein? And what if we could introduce that into your body, right? And then have your body develop an immune response that then remembers and recognizes it when it...
Now hold up. Wait up. Wait a minute. Because first of all, they talking about herd vaccinations, okay? Meaning that they just saying that everybody got the same issue or everybody got the same chemical makeup. I won't let that be known, all right? Because see, I'm challenging them.
Mm-hmm.
So now if everybody got the same chemical makeup, maybe you could give everybody the same any kind of shot. But if you ain't the same, believe me, all y'all not supposed to be getting the same thing. So them just giving you something, like I said, without this research they not doing, or they just gonna make you have something or make you take something. It's not good for you. Do your research and find out if your exhaust system is being covered up and they trying to depopulate you. Okay? We're going right back to Madea. Where you at?
Actually gets the virus, right? And so the way that it works is I kind of like to think of it as your friends and your homies in your neighborhood, right? So you
go.
get this mRNA vaccine, right? It's wrapped up in this little lipid layer
Hold
that
up.
gets it into your cell.
She said, we're going to relate it to your friends or your homies in your neighborhood. You heard what she just said, right? Okay, I mean, I don't know where that just came from, but I didn't know she was going to say that.
Once it gets into your cell, this vaccine, it's the contractor, so it tells the cell, we're going to make these spikes. You start making the spikes, right? But then your body goes, whoa, wait a minute.
funny,
This is
boy.
not supposed to be here. Let me call security. Let me call in,
Security!
all my people.
Security!
That is your immune
You gonna go
response.
call security,
So now these
y'all.
cells called macrophages. They
COVID
come
is
in,
getting me.
swoop up the
Security!
cell, but
I want to
not
see y'all go
before
holler at
your
security
body
and see
sends a
security save
message
you when they ain't
to
let
some of
nobody in
these
the hospital.
immune cells, like your T cells and your B cells, to create that memory so that when you see this virus
So
come
now you
after
got a T
later,
cell and a B
then you know
cell.
what to do. So I kind of think of it like, when something happens later, you already got the vaccine and you have these antibodies waiting for something to pop off, and you got the T cells looking
All right,
around to see
now you
what's
got the
happening.
Bloods and the Crips.
Then you get hit with
You
COVID,
know,
right?
then I got hit with COVID.
But the T
you
cells
know, because
remember
the
now.
Crips was
They have some
tripping.
memory.
Then,
right?
you know,
So
then
they
the
gonna sit
Bloods
back
came
in the
and
cut
rushed
be like,
all the COVID,
that is
you know,
not who I
up out of
think
me.
it is. And then the antibodies been waiting for something to pop off.
Yeah,
And
see?
they're like,
See? They go to
no.
homies.
And they just rush. And that's really what happens. I mean, this is really what happens.
Okay.
So you are not
Now,
getting
you know
the
that
virus
explanation that
itself.
she just gave
You are
meant nothing. She did not tell you if the vaccine was harmful. She did not tell you if the vaccine was going to work. She didn't tell you anything. What she just told you is that she gave you a shot. That she was hoping that's going to work. That had a little bit of whatever they putting out there in it. And then when they gave it to you, your body recognized that it had some foreign substance in its body. So then your antibodies attacked it because it was like, what is this doing? Somebody just injected me. So now you trying to kill it. So now she's saying that you're immune. Now, those of us that have common sense can understand what just went on. But those that didn't, go see the next Madea movie. We're going to keep moving right along. Because after he lied to you like that, you shouldn't support him. I'm just keeping it real.
You're getting the little contractor that comes in, tells you to make these spikes, right? You make those spikes, develop an immune response that is the immune response that gets rid of the actual virus. And the other part that people should
Now she's gonna
remember
tell you
I
that
think
you're
is
gonna
really
build this
great
immune
is that when you
response,
get this
okay?
little mRNA
So tell me this. Why couldn't you build the immune response without going through all that? Why could you start eating right? Why could you not search out for the herbs, like Dr. Sebi said, the natural way? Why would you go seek out some vaccine? Why not seek out the natural way to build your immune system? Because that's what she just said. She said the key to beating the virus is to build your immune system. So why is that the only alternative is what you have? We know that it's not. It don't take a rocket scientist to know that. I'm not a rocket scientist, and I know that. You see? You build your immune system by eating right. You build your immune system by drinking water and fasting, eating herbs and being obedient to the laws of nature. That's number one. That's the doctor's recommendation. As we move right along to the liars, we're going to bring them back. Come on with it.
It's like the UPS man. It comes in, it drops off the instructions, and then it bounces. So that's why we freeze it, and that's why it's so cold. We have to keep it at a certain temperature, because that vaccine is not stable at certain temperatures. So once it gets in your body and does its job, boom, it's gone. So you get the
Hold on a second.
instruction.
So you heard that, right?
So
Yes.
So once you get the vaccine, it's done its job, and boom, it's gone. You heard that, right? Now, in a minute, you're going to hear them come back and tell you that they don't even know if it works. Keep listening.
you take the vaccine,
Yep.
it gives you the instruction on how to defeat the virus, and then whatever you took is no longer in your body.
Right. So remember, it's this little piece, this little code that the little contractor is telling you just how to make that little spike, right? And so once that gets into your body, it's not stable anymore, and then it sort of it goes away, right?
Where does it go?
It's like broken down by enzymes. You want to break that down some more?
Yeah, it basically just is the nature. It just disappears. Once that
Hold up.
mRNA, that
It's just nature. It just disappears. Y'all heard that? Now, I want to know what in nature just disappears. Okay? Because detoxing is flushing out your system. Okay? When you have something in you, it has to come out. There is no such thing in the world as something that just disappears. It has to come out. Okay? If you have a bump,
Right.
it pus comes out the bump, you know, because it's something coming out of your body. When your body overheats, sweat comes out. Something comes out your body. So nothing ever in life just disappears. Where did these doctors come from? Where did he find these two? I just want to know. Where did he find these two that we listening to right now? Y'all go back and research this tape. And do this to each and every tape whenever they come to you with this nonsense. Don't just let them put something out there and y'all be like, oh, Tyler Perry, I love him. I'm just listening to him. He just telling me the right thing. You better listen to what he's telling you. Go back and listen to the words. Listen to all the words that these doctors are just saying. How they contradicting themselves. Listen to them, okay? And research what they're telling you. All right? We're going right back to them again.
tractor gets into your cells and tells it, here's the code, and your cells start producing that mRNA just basically melts away, what we call denatures itself.
How do we know that it's safe? How do we know that putting this messenger in your body, even though we're saying
Good
it
question.
dissolves,
How do we know it's safe?
That this is safe, that won't go rogue and start creating other things?
So I think the important thing for people to recognize is that these were developed using clinical trials. And so
Clinical trials on people?
Yeah, on people.
How many?
The Pfizer vaccine was 30,000. The Moderna that you were on was more like in the 40,000.
40,000 range.
And what is the average?
Okay, hold up. Now they said Pfizer 30,000 and Moderna 40,000. Okay, where are the 30,000, 40,000 people that they gave that to? That they came on and said they cool. I just want to know, because I mean every day they say all these cases and they showing people on TV falling out and everybody talking about they dying and not. Why they can't show these people on TV? You can show everybody else. You can show us killing on TV every day, drive-bys. But you got 70,000 people that have gotten cured, or you done did whatever you did. You done ran tests on, and we ain't talking to them? Where the 70,000 people at? Just a question. I want to see the 70,000 people that y'all done tested this out on. Where they at? I want to see what their condition is, because you need to. I don't understand that. I'm not gonna take your word, because every time you came, every time you showed up, it's been some type of your word and some type of disease or some type of do what you say. Ain't happening no more. Nah, we got rights. People got
for,
rights.
A clinical trial.
Well, so I'll give you an example. In an HIV, we just finished a big HIV clinical trial around the world. We enrolled like 5,000 people.
5,000 people.
So to enroll 30,000, Yeah, it's massive.
Okay.
Some of
So
the
they
safety, to
enrolled
answer your
30,000. I
question,
still ain't
I
seen
think
them.
what happens
But it sure
and
had
how
a lot of
respond
people
to it
dying.
is a part of what happens in the trial, the data that they get. Is this safe? Is this not? I was in a phase 3 trial, but even the phase 1 trials, they get to look at people and see how they respond and get ideas about it.
But how long is the trial? Because I think some of the current concern is that, okay, great, we have the answer for now, but what happens in 5 years or 10 years? What happens then?
So I'll give you two answers to that. Number one, as I said, this
still ain't gave us an
mRNA
answer.
technology was used already in the Ebola vaccine, which actually has been used in Africa a couple times. So we've been using it now for
Okay,
close to
hold up.
2 years.
Make sure I
Hold
understand
up.
this. So the technology.
He just said that they've been using this in Africa. So, I guess the answers is just right on time because my brother Cisse just pulled up on the scene. If you don't know, and brother Cisse, type in anything you would like. Okay? Because I know I talk to you, my brother, all the time. I'm glad to see you here watching from Atlanta. He's in Atlanta right now. But he's from Gambia. And we talk all the time. And I asked him, how many cases are there in Gambia? How many people have died in Gambia? And the answer to the question was less than 500. But you just heard that they having a whole lot of testing going on over there, right? Why y'all over there testing on people that they got this little slow or a little small amount of cases going on? Why y'all over there testing on these people? For what reason would you have to go to their country and test something on them and it's not happening to them? Why do you control that faction that you become God? That you are not the savage and that everyone else is? Who made you supreme being? Well, you can say everyone else is a devil or evil. Who made you the one to just lead us into some new type of civilization into which, who's to say what we had before wasn't good? Who's to say? When you found whoever you said you found, who's to say those people weren't living good already? If they were naked, maybe they were just living at a higher standard. If they were eating differently, maybe their food was better. Maybe these people had a better lifestyle than what they have right now, because maybe they didn't have over 1 million cases. All right, let's get back to the video.
That we're using now, mRNA, has been used for over 2 years in the Ebola vaccine.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And then the second thing
So
is...
this isn't new, not happening right now.
No.
Okay.
And then the second thing is that...
Oh, it's new.
Most of the side effects from a vaccine occurred, like 90%, 95% of them occur in the first 2 months of the vaccine. So if you're going to have a problem with a vaccine, you're going to see it very early on. You
All
don't
right.
tend to see it 6 months, a year, 2 years later.
So with that said, why aren't children 16 and under able to take it?
So here's the challenge that I think all of us worry about. Number one, companies want to do the studies, but they also, the FDA and the companies want to do it in what they call not vulnerable populations, which means they exclude young people, but they also exclude, this is always a problem. They always exclude pregnant women. They always exclude lactating women. And right now we're dealing with issues what happens if we give it to a young person? What happens if we give it to a pregnant woman? And the reason we don't have data is because they were excluded from the clinical trials, because the idea of the clinical trial, as Dr. Manning said, first and foremost is to ensure safety. So you...
Okay. It's to ensure safety. And you can't test it on a child. And you cannot test it on a pregnant person. So that means you cannot vaccinate them. You cannot vaccinate a child or a pregnant person. Make sure y'all write that down. Spread the
They're doing it
news.
anyway.
Now, they ain't supposed to be doing it. He just said that. You ain't supposed to vaccinate no children and no pregnant women. Y'all just heard that now. Spread the word, because we don't want no children get vaccinated at these schools, because they just said in a minute they're going to be passing something around where the kids got to be vaccinated to go to class. But they just said kids can't be vaccinated. You just heard what he said, right? All right, we're just going to keep it moving, because that's a contradiction of what we hear going on out here.
I want to be sure that you don't enroll anybody who could potentially have a problem.
So there's no data, no information on pregnant women, lactating women, and children under 16.
There was actually several clinical trials already starting on persons under the age of 16. So in a few months, we're going to have data on children. Pregnant women, interestingly, during the clinical trial, both in Pfizer and Moderna, several women got pregnant. So we actually have data. It wasn't intentional, but...
Now hold up. Trip what he just said. He said ever since the virus came out, just funny thing happened. Several women got pregnant. Oh, we was all stuck in the house. So I guess several women did get pregnant. Man, y'all think somebody playing with this, man? I'm not playing with this. Don't think all the women wasn't gonna get pregnant when you got everybody sitting in the house. Man, ain't nobody that foolish, okay? Stop playing with us.
They got pregnant during the study. And right now, during the emergency use authorization, CDC now has data on over 3,000 pregnant women in the United States that have gotten vaccine while being
Now they
pregnant.
said they got
When will
3,000
that be available?
That data probably will be available in the
3,000
next couple
pregnant
weeks.
women.
Okay.
Where they
With
at?
all of this said, you look at the.
I ain't seen no pregnant women on
the
TV.
Big companies,
Where they at?
Big pharma, and we know that you talk about a race to being first. There's also a race to having their stock shoot through the roof. So there's a concern that and this is another concern that I like you guys to address. Where it's about money. It's all about money. It's all about money. And I know as doctors and healthcare
what?
providers, we all want the country and the world to get back together. We want
What'd he say?
everybody to go out and be able to do what they were doing before, as well as not have you guys working so hard in these emergency situations. So how do you comfort people when they say,
Hold up.
this is all about big pharma, this is all about money?
I think it is, in a way, yes. A little bit is about money because
Oh, wait a minute. Y'all just heard what he just said. It's all about money. Ding, 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 ding. All right, game's over. All right, because y'all just heard it from the horse's mouth. So I don't want to hear no back talk no more, West Memphis. Y'all coming all on my page with the nonsense. Ain't no more back talk, okay? In Gambia's 298 cases, period, all right? He just typed it in to me. Now go check it out on my page and what my brother Cisse just said. It's only 298 cases, vividly, okay? And I would like to know what color them 298 cases are. We would like to know that, because a lot of us know that. How is it just some worldwide thing going on when we just said he got 298 people? For them folks that thought I was lying.
That's right.
That thought I'm not educated. That's been just mistreating me lately, calling me stupid and dumb, but won't come on this page and challenge me on nothing. Where you at? All right? Where you at? I've been challenging each and every one of you in West Memphis for the longest, and y'all trying to put my people down, my family down. I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to expose you. I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to expose you. Each and every one of you. If I see you trying to even get an award that you don't deserve, I'll expose you the same way that I exposed the NAACP. I will expose you. Go make another fake card. Don't think you won't get exposed. Do not think you will not be exposed. Check this out. This was the latest article that just passed around in Arkansas lately. And it says that the NAACP here hosts a remote COVID-19 conference with the governor. Okay, that's what it say. Let me hold it close to the camera so y'all can see it. It said the NAACP did this, y'all, in West Memphis, Arkansas, okay? Please tell me how many of y'all were available for the viewing of whatever this conference was about. Okay? We want to know. Check it out. Here we go. This on my other page. We want to make sure y'all all see this, okay? It say the NAACP talk to the governor. All right? Make sure everybody see that. NAACP, talk to the governor here in West Memphis, Arkansas. We got to make this known. We don't let it be seen, okay? Because now the question is, the NAACP talk to him? Who did he talk to? Because I was the last president and they ain't had no type of election since then. So who did they talk to when I was the last president? They talked to Shabaka Africa? Is that who they talked to? So let me break that on down a little bit real quick. Just real quick, okay? I know y'all didn't just go talk to the person that was making those cards. I know you just didn't do that. Y'all went and talked to the person that was making those cards, and we supposed to believe that? Somebody that misled us into saying that our money was getting it sent into the national office, and we were members of a national organization when we were not. They just chopped the live, boy. They just chopped. Oh yeah, they just chopped my live. They just chopped my room. They just chopped my room off. But check it out. I'm still live on the Chief Eagle Eye page. You know that. While I get right back connected, I'm finna get back connected. You reload me. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't square. I ain't going nowhere. We're gonna reload it back on up. We're gonna bring you right on back on in. Go join the room back on up. Because they tried to block everybody out the room. We're not going. Oh yeah, they tried to take me down.
Damn, here we go.
Ain't happening.
Back.
You already know when I started bringing that up. They chop your head off.
They fucking with you.
It goes down, of course.
Right.
All right, it goes down. Yeah, it goes down. I see what's going on. They just want to chop me off, but I mean, it is what it is. You can't avoid that. It is what it is. Y'all, we're not gonna be misled by people that's just faking it on us, because since then, that same NAACP, I'm talking about these folks right here, these ones right here in West Memphis, Arkansas, okay? These ones right here just received, as they said, $117,000, okay? What for the citizens of West Memphis, Arkansas have they done? What have they done? What program have you seen? Have you enrolled your child in? What program, food program? We just seen the mayor giving out some food. We just seen some other people giving out some food. 117,000? But y'all can give advice about this, right? About the governor, but we couldn't ask the governor no questions. Only you could ask the governor questions. Nah, see, if the governor would have came on my live, the government would have had to ask the questions from the citizens, because that's who I represent, the citizens. I don't represent myself. I represent those that need help, okay? Evidently, he don't represent nobody that need no help, so he represented himself. And then on the article, it said that he brought Lawrence Brown on there, and Lawrence Brown is not even a member of the Crittenden County NAACP. He's been left. He's left 2 years ago, or maybe longer than that. So now again, we're going to conjure up people that are not even members, people that are not even in existence to what even is happening in the town, okay? Because believe me, even if my residence right now is not even in that town, oh yeah, I'm close. Oh yeah? Because if I own property out there, I'm going nowhere. Y'all know that, right? Oh yeah, I own property out there in Arkansas, so you can forget it. I'm not going nowhere. I'm deep all off in Crittenden County. You know it. I'm not going nowhere. So I will be exposing each and every one of you that got us wearing these masks. See, when I walk in the store, and the store say recommended when you walk in the store, I wish I could be able to bring that up on my screen. If I could bring it up on my screen right now, I sure would. Let me see. No, they ain't gonna let me bring it up on my screen right now because it's playing games with me. But if I could bring it up on my screen right now, when you go to your store, just check it out. It's gonna tell you if you want to, if that is only just recommended for you to wear a mask. Most of the time, that's what it says. It say recommended, okay? So if you challenge them, I mean, most of them will let you just keep on shopping. Because they know that basically they don't want to be held responsible. You know what I mean? By being held responsible, by having a sheet of paper in your hand that just say, sign this if you want to be held responsible for me wearing this mask or me getting sick. I just need you to sign this little paper right here. That's all. I just need you to sign this little paper right here. And then we cool. Just say you liable. Just write down, write your name and your address and phone number and give me your ID number and just say, I'm liable if this person gets sick. I told them that they had to wear the mask. And just sign it. And then just hand it to me. And then I'll just walk away from the, you know, and if I get sick, I might even put the mask on and shop if I really want something. You know, I might. Because if I get sick, guess what? I can come holler at you. I can come holler at the manager. See, you can go holler at the corporate office right now because whatever they saying ain't real. And I'm going to put it to you now, right now, okay? So we're going to get into some of them laws real quick, like, okay? Because you got to have your toolkit. This is your toolkit right here. You ain't got your toolkit? You got to get your toolkit. This your COVID toolkit right here. It's your toolkit. Check it out. See that? Toolkit. For those that need the toolkit, all right? Because first of all, you got to give your consent on things like this. First of all, you got to understand what's happening to you. Number one, if you don't even understand what's happening to you, you shouldn't even be having a mask on. Because that means you putting on something and you don't even know what's going on. So you're just giving informal consent. Come on, why you would do something that you don't even know what you're doing? That's number one. See, we do that so much. We just allow ourselves to go into a contract without even checking it out, okay? Just think about that, all right? We talk about informed consent. Informed, meaning that you have to know what you are going into, okay? Because when I asked that person at the store the other day why you asking me to have this mask on, they had no clue on why they was telling me. Okay? Just think about that. You had no clue on why you was even telling me to wear a mask. I asked you, why are you telling me? She said, because they told me to tell you. They told you to tell me. But, okay, so I'm asking you a question now. Did you ask me if I had a breathing problem? She said no. I said, well, then why you telling me to put something on? And you didn't ask me if it was safe. You see what I mean? Ask me if it's safe before you ask me to put myself in danger, is what I'm saying, by covering up my tailpipe or my exhaust system. Know what you gonna tell me. That's all I'm saying. Explain to me like I'm explaining to you that you covering up my exhaust system and I can't breathe. Because if you covering my exhaust system and I can't breathe, my engine is gonna die. I'm gonna start choking. And you're gonna choke me out. You see what I'm saying? That's just what it is. So see, we're gonna go all over these contradictions, you know what I'm saying? Because see, we gotta have precautionary measures and contradictions in what they say. You heard all the contradictions that was going on right there. Okay? We already know we're not gonna believe nothing Tyler Perry say. We're not gonna believe nothing no two doctors say because they contradicted themselves several times. Okay? So now we're gonna go back again and do some more research because these people were lying to us, okay? So we're going to go back now and we're going to say, well, how am I going to protect myself because of the fact that they trying to give me something and I know they're trying to give me something. So now we're going to have to bring out some laws. So I'm going to give you a little bit of something to protect yourself because I ain't going to just complain about something and I can't tell you how to protect yourself. All right? Number one, those indigenous people here. You know, you want to just call yourself black? Handle your business. They ain't going to know who you are. All right? You want to call yourself African American? Telling you right now, they ain't gonna know who you are. Who are you? I'm talking about, you see this behind me? The Doctrine of Discovery, 1452, before they invaded you and captured you. Who were you before 1452? You see what I'm saying? You were an indigenous American Indian. Some of us were indigenous Africans, if that's what you wanted to be. Some of us are indigenous Asiatics. Some of us are indigenous to the Latin part of the areas of the land. Some of us are indigenous, but we are indigenous everywhere because indigenous means that you're original to the land. So it don't matter where you at. All over the world you began this. You see what I'm saying? That's being indigenous. So claim who you are, first of all, as being an indigenous, original human being. Not some 3/4 of a nothing. Like he just said we was considered.
Subhuman.
We've been considered, as he said, subhuman, like the bruh said. As we were considered as being a savage. I ain't ride with the stallion because I'm not a savage. I ain't riding with 21 because I ain't savaging. All y'all that want to be savaging and doing what you do, savage your way on up out of here. If that's what you want to do. Because civilized people are going to rule the world. They trying to kill savages. Didn't you see that? When they came over here and invaded, what they say? People were savages, they killed them, right? Okay, now we got people just right off the bat just saying they savages. So what you think gonna happen to you? You're opening the door. You are opening the door. So I'm gonna stick to being indigenous, okay? Because indigenous people got rights, okay? And one of the United Nations indigenous rights is that the indigenous people have the rights to their own traditional medicines. That's article number 24. I repeat, that indigenous people have the right to their traditional medicines. And what is your traditional medicine as an original person? We know that it's not a vaccine. We know that if we are obedient to the laws, like y'all say y'all are, to the laws, and I ain't gonna say whatever you call yourself a worshiper of Allah, a worshiper of Jesus, call yourself a worshiper of Buddha, a worshiper of Jehovah. You are a worshiper of that, believe me, okay? Think of what I just said, all right? If you believe in that, because I just believe in eating right. I ain't got to be a worshiper. Understand that. Because when you're a worshiper, you got to be worshiping something other than what is natural to the earth. Because if God didn't make it, don't take it. All right? So if you're a natural being to the earth, that means you have traditional medicines, which are the herbs like Dr. Sebi provided. All right? That's what he said. That's what it is. That's what you made up of. You're made up of the natural herbs of the earth. That's why they heal you. Oh, yeah. You are made up of the natural herbs, the natural soil. Don't they say that? You return to what? The dust, because you are made up of what? The dust. Stop playing with the game, y'all. Oh, I'm ready. You better believe me. I'm ready. So, any of y'all that think y'all gonna challenge me, you better be ready. You better know words. Because Dr. Khalid is, I'm telling you, all deep in my ancestry. Mr. Farrakhan's still alive. D.O. deep in my ancestry. You see what I'm saying? Some of them old Indians back in the day. All deep in here in that Turner. Deep. Oh, yeah. See, them folks' soul is deep in me. So, what y'all saw on the outer side was some of y'all think they're selling out. That little soul right there ain't in me. Not an inch. I'm gonna bust up what you got coming. Period. We don't die, we multiply. We pass it on to the next generation. We don't die. Ever. Ancestors keep it going, man. You see what I'm saying? The spiritual realm keeps it going, man. We don't die. We just keep spreading the news. And what we know is that y'all trying to commit some type of genocide right now, and we ain't going. So go and check it out. Yeah. Check out all the articles and know that don't let them kill you. And it don't matter what color you are, because they're trying to get all y'all to take the vaccine. They're trying to get all y'all to take shots. They're getting all y'all to eat GMO food. They getting all y'all to drink chlorine every day. They getting all y'all to clog up your exhaust system. I'm just breaking it on down. So before you get fooled by these fools and just let them lead you, start saying something. Otherwise, being silent means that you just agree, that you just letting it go. And we know when we let it go out here what they do. They just pass another law. And then they act like you're supposed to abide by something that they just made up, even if it's killing you. So how could you let something that may be killing you become law and you not say nothing? When you heard your president say that you was taking too many vaccines and too many tests, why y'all didn't listen? When he said you was taking too many tests. So I guess most of us do have the COVID because most of us are taking too many tests because we need a job or because we just scared. But I'm going to tell you right now, in them lines I've been seeing in Memphis, I ain't seen nothing but Caucasian people in the lines over there in line for the vaccines. When they show them on TV, I've been seeing Caucasians. Y'all been seeing the lines where they giving the vaccines out in y'all city? Y'all city, they giving the vaccines out in the line? Anybody got that?
They been kind of slow out here.
They kind of slow on the lines. They said they didn't gave out thousands already. I don't know where the site's at. See what I'm saying? Where the site's at, they done gave out all these thousands of vaccines. Thousands of vaccines they said they done gave out already, man. Where is the line? I don't see it. I don't see them vaccinating all them people, man. So, let me tell you. Don't even go for the mask. Don't go for it. Don't go for what they're doing to you. Stay natural. All right? Because God's way is the natural way. It's not the way that Fauci has made it. Go your way. Go the way that your DNA is made up of. Don't go the way somebody else's DNA is made up of. You kill yourself if you do what everybody do. Heal yourself. Don't do what everybody do. 9 times out of 10, you don't even need no food. Fast. We know that overweight people got issues right now. That's because you overweight. You got to start exercising. Get yourself right. We know you breathing bad. If you got diabetes, if you got bronchitis, they talking about you got some type of... We know that's the issue. You got the symptoms. Because you always had the symptoms. If you got asthma, you got the symptoms. You got bronchitis, you got the symptoms. Anything that got to do with your lungs, you got the symptoms. Anything got to do with your heart, you got the symptoms. Anything that got to do with your liver, you got the symptoms. Anything got to do with your digestive system, you got the symptoms. Okay? So don't let them play y'all like that. All right? By saying you got the symptoms of something that you don't have, and then you're not feeling that way. And they telling you got symptoms. Stop being played like a sucker. Alright? Because it ain't about that. It ain't about being played like no sucker. Yeah. It ain't about being played like no sucker. Alright, so don't be played like that. Make sure you question authority. Because don't just think because they make a law that you can't question them. Like I did when I went to the store. Alright? Let me see if I got that video. See if I got that video real quick before we get on up out of here. I might have that video. I think I got that video. Somebody might have sent it to me. Oh yeah, I think I do got that video. Hold up. Let me see here. Y'all hold on 1 second.
They make video.
Oh yeah. We got it on video. We can't let them slide. Because if we let them slide... Wait a minute. He sent me the video yesterday. Yeah, we got the video when we was at the store. Oh yeah, here we go. Hold up. Here we go. We got live. We got to go live with the video, y'all. Just listen to what we said.
That's what it said. That's what the law said. I wouldn't read it. Some of y'all don't go read it. Y'all just come to say what they tell y'all. But go read it.
We're doing what they tell us to
Yeah, exactly. You see, go read the law, though. The law overruled all that.
You come in here without a you should let somebody
Well,
know, because you know
well, that's what, well, he gotta let me know too, right? But I mean, but he gotta let me know too. I should be able to ask a question too, right? Exactly, that's all. I'm just asking the question. Yeah, just asking the question. So I'm just saying, he ought to ask me if I got a breathing problem. He ought to ask me, is that gonna hurt me? He ought to ask me before he even ask me to put it on. Because when you go read the law say that y'all just recommending the mask. Don't say that it's against the law. Okay?
All right, y'all. Y'all see what I'm saying? Question them. Don't just go for what they're telling you. Don't be no sucker, because I ain't going. Ask them. Did you ask me, was it safe for me? Do I have bronchitis? Do I got asthma? Because if you got asthma or bronchitis, you put that mask on, you finna get sick. Oh, yeah. So ask the questions instead of letting them lead you anywhere. All right? Don't let them lead you anywhere. Don't go for that. Do not let them lead you down the wrong road. Y'all got that? So with that being said, the way that I came on in here, first of all, I'd like to thank my homies. I'd like to thank the brothers that came in tonight to join in on the conversation. And I'd like to thank the ancestors for even...
And we appreciate you for spitting that knowledge on us, on them.
Hey,
Man.
I thank God, you know, for giving me the courage to say something when nobody else want to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully YouTube will put it up. So y'all make sure y'all share this. Y'all share this. Those that got friends, this is my family that been watching, y'all share this. And make sure y'all share it on the, subscribe on my YouTube page so that we can get this knowledge out there a little bit faster. And, you know, just subscribe. Subscribe and share the page so that we, you know, we could get it on out there. Because we ain't going. I got too much family out here in the country, y'all. So with that being said, thank you, ancestors, for getting us through this. Thank you, ancestors, for each and everything you have shown us. Thank you, ancestors, for blessing us. Thank you, ancestors, for the protection and the guidance. We just love and thank the ancestors. With that being said, we're going to get everybody to say Ashe as we give it up to all the ancestors. We say, Mr. Farrakhan, Ashe. We say Nat Turner, Ashe.
Ashe.
We say Dr. Khaled, Ashe. We just keep on going down the line. Neely Fuller, Ashe. We say Steve Coakley, Ashe. Fred Hampton, Ashe. We just keep on going down the line. Any of your ancestors that you know. My Uncle Abe, Ashe. My daddy, Ashe. See, my great grandfathers, Ashe. Yeah, keep on going down the line to all my brothers. My father that's next to my father, James Allen. Yeah, Ashe. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Mr. Butler, Ashe. As we give it up. All the pains, Ashe, them Watkins, Ashe, them ancestors out here that's giving me this, man, I just ignite. I'm just electrified, bro.
Yes,
oh, yeah. I'm just Ashe, bro. I'm just giving thanks to this libation right now. I'd just like to say peace and love to everybody as we get on up out of here. And y'all got any more questions, y'all know, inbox me, holla. Because y'all need some information, I got it. You already know. I'm here. Peace and love as we get up on out of here. Peace.